think to years past, during your calving seasons, do you typically see scours? Whether it be one or two that get it, or it's a pretty big outbreak in your herd. Regardless of the answer, scours has a pretty big hit on your bottom line. It's costing you time, it's costing you labor, it's costing you money on medicine, and it's costing you gain on the calves. As they're older, if they're sick early on in life, they are just not going to perform to their genetic potential as they get older. Now, so scours is a diarrhea, and it's caused by viruses, bacteria, microscopic parasites, and this can look like coccidiosis or crypto or rotavirus, things of that nature. But what's so important to know is that these pathogens spread insanely easy and spread through contaminated water, through the ground, through feed. And once you get just one that gets the scours and they start walking around, spreading, pooping wherever, it's easily going to spread through that herd. So prevention is huge, because generally these pathogens are going to be detrimental to the intestinal tract. Because what they're doing is they're causing the intestinal lining cells to stop working properly, and even sometimes just killing them. There's even some cases where these pathogens will go in a deeper level with the intestinal lining and just destroy it rather quickly. And usually when that happens, it's to the point where the human eye is now seeing the diarrhea, and the treatment starts to come out. And we start administrating different, whatever it might be to that calf. But here's the thing, not always is that treatment gonna actually work, because at this point, that calf has to stop and pay attention and try to rebuild that intestinal lining and try and get it back to how it's supposed to be. And when we say you're gonna have an impact, a negative impact on the way that calf converts feed and gains pounds later, this is why, because the intestinal tract, that wall, is never going to be built back how it's supposed to be, and there's just nothing we can do about that. Once it's destroyed, it will try and repair it a little bit, but it will never be 100% again. And that's why it's so critical to be ahead of that, work to prevent these things from happening, so that we can set that calf up to have an intestinal tract that's working properly during its entire life, so that you are getting your return as that calf goes. So different things that you can do to prevent or to help prevent things like scours is really focusing in on that gut. What are you doing for digestion? A way that I like to look at it is comparing it to a sporting event. If you said, okay, we're going out to a football field and team A has 40 players and team B has 10 players, who do you think's gonna win? Team A with 40 or team B with 10? The odds are in with team A, right? There's that many more players to take over team B. That's no different than in the rumen. If we can focus on aiding and helping the microbes and all the good bugs, all the good things going on in the rumen, getting more of them, getting more players on the good team, we will have a far better chance of taking over the bad ones and getting them out of there. So the stronger the immune system, the better environment in the gut allows the animal to have higher odds of actually fighting off that sickness. And in the words of Benjamin Franklin, for every ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.